Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Monday video report. The championship game has finally arrived. My God, I'd like to say it seems like the college basketball season only started a few days ago, but in reality it was back in November, and it has certainly been a long, long season. But look at what happens. After tonight, we get to look forward to the NBA playoffs, which almost go as long as the college basketball season when you think about it. It'll be middle of June until those damn things are over. Thank God baseball got an early start this season. Free pick coming up your way in just a moment. You can see the free pick record right here above the video. Lost the free pick yesterday. Wasn't that a great play, giving you the Boston Red Sox to avoid being swept at Texas as the Rangers beat them up once more. Free pick coming up on the Butler UConn over-under. Quick word about the championship game, if I can for a minute. I think one of the biggest mistakes that gamblers make is that they overbet championship games. Just because it's a title game, just because it's a championship game, whether it's a Super Bowl, the BCS title game, tonight's title game, it is just another game. And guys, if you don't like it, you don't bet it like it's the last coming of Christ. I mean, that's the biggest mistake gamblers do. And remember, for these title games, you get a lot of the gamblers that have been in the woodwork for many months. They come out of the woodwork. Some of them make the mistake of trying to get back whatever they lost previously on this one big game. It happens all the time in February in the Super Bowl. Others, you know, are just casual bettors, and they come out, it's big action, it's a big TV watch game, and they just want to get action on it. Again, it's okay to have a big play on a big game if the play warrants it, if the game warrants the action. If it doesn't, and to me, tonight's game doesn't, my personal opinion, then you don't do it. You never force the action. Listen, I've just got a small 5-dime play on tonight's game. Now, in the big scheme of things, with 99% of my plays rated between 5 and 15 dimes, it's a 5-dime play. That's it. It's nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more than my 5-dime loser on the Houston Rockets yesterday. Nothing more than my 5-dime winner on the Minnesota Twins yesterday as a $1.20 road dog. By comparison, the college football BCS title game, that was my one and only, my first ever 30-dime college football release on Auburn. Had a 20-dime play on the Super Bowl, a loser, of course, with the Steelers. But again, tonight is just a 5-dime play. Now, that's my personal opinion. Now, there's other guys. I mean, look at Scott Delaney, 8-1 run with 100-dime releases over the past 11 days. His customers are up 784 dimes. So if you had bet $10 per unit, you've won over $7,800 in 11 days. He's got another 100-dime play going tonight. And I mean, he's playing with house money. He bounced right back from losing the first 100-dime play with Kentucky on Saturday, and he came right back and he swept the board yesterday to recoup some of his losses. The guy's been on fire. He loves the game. You look at a guy like Chuck O'Brien, who was 12-0 with his side selections the past 11 Mondays, and had a big 75-dime winner, I think it was on Butler over VCU on Saturday. And today he has almost as big of a play, a rare 50-dime release on the championship game side. And he is undefeated with his plays involving Butler and Connecticut, a perfect 5-0 so far in the big dance. So there are guys that have big plays, there are guys that don't, but the biggest thing I'm trying to convey to you is, if you don't feel personally that this is a huge game, you don't bet it as such. Let me give you a couple of trends coming into this one. Of course, in the tournament overall, the underdogs have definitely owned the advantage here. 34-25 against the spread so far. 23 of those 34 dog covers, they've won the game outright. Of course, tonight you've got a line that is dropped. It was a solid 3.5 overnight and early this morning, but it is down to 3 currently. Most books, as I do this video report here on Monday morning for you, wouldn't surprise me to see this one go down to 2.5 either. This is definitely one of those exceptions to the rule. Normally I would tell you that when you bet a favorite, you bet early. When you bet an underdog, you wait until game time approaches. Not today. The public money obviously rolling in on the Butler Bulldogs. Now, the favorite has gone 7-3 against the spread in the last 10 championship tilts, although the dog has covered 2 of the last 3, and you remember last year, Butler covering against Duke, almost winning the game outright. Number 5 or worse seeds rated 5 or lower, which of course Butler is, 0-3 straight up and against the spread in title games. Favorites, 5 or less points, which of course Connecticut is, 10-1 against the spread. The last 11 times that situation has arisen. Teams off of 5 consecutive tournament ATS wins, not straight up wins, ATS wins, which Butler has covered every single game so far in the dance. They are 4-1 against the spread in the big dance. Underdogs of 3 or greater points off a straight up win. Oh, no, actually, no, this one doesn't work. Well, no, yes, it doesn't work because it just dawned on me because Butler went off as the favorite against VCU. Connecticut was the dog against Kentucky, so that trend actually doesn't apply. One that does, though, I know off the top of my head, Big East teams have covered each of the last 3 times. They have been in the big dance. So what you see there is trends, as I always tell you, can be manipulated, can be rotated, can be twisted and turned any way to support either side you have in the game. Now, in terms of your free pick tonight, I'm going to go with the over in this contest. Now, I know there is a lot of action on the under, and hey, let's face it, Connecticut has stayed under, I'm looking at my notes here, 5 of its last 6 games, and you've got 2 very good defensive teams here, but you also have 2 very good jump shooting teams, 2 teams that do exceptionally well from beyond 3 points, the 3-point arc. Although Connecticut did not shoot well from 3-point land in the Kentucky game on Saturday. I think they were just 1 for 12 in threes. You're looking at 129 to 129.5 points. So let's slice it down the middle and say it's 65 each side. I don't think that's an unreasonable number here. You've got 2 very good free throw shooting teams, 2 teams that shoot well from the field and from beyond the arc, and I don't think you're going to have 2 tight teams here. This isn't like how Kansas folded like a cheap suit and played tight, right? A couple of weeks ago. No, this is a team in Butler that was on the national stage last year. This is a Connecticut team after winning 5 games in 5 days in the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden and making its run here to the title game is certainly not adverse or scared to play in front of a national audience with all the marbles on the line. So I think, again, you go against the public here and you take this one to go over the posted total. I say somewhere around 133 to 134 points are scored in this one. And again, right now you're looking at 129 to 129.5 for your line. Well, good luck, everybody, and I'll catch you again on Tuesday morning with your next video report.